welcome back to the podcast this evening. And as always, I am grateful and thankful that you've taken your time to be here. I'm always wondering what I'm going to talk about. I struggle sometimes to think of what I'm going to do each Sunday evening, because if I had more time, I'd do more podcasts. But there's always a plethora of items or agendas or topics to go through. Each day you listen to a radio station or a conservative radio station, or you catch a snippet of the news of something, and there's always something that you're thinking, my goodness, how can folks be so blind? But then again, someone could say that about me. Hey, how can you be so blind? Because that's the world we live in. We're all accusing one another. I try to look at the facts as they are, facts as I see them to be. And when I say to be, I put them in the standards against the Bible, and I think about history. I read a little bit about history. I remember some of history, and all these things matter. But today you look around, and the blur is amazing. Lines have been erased. Except for the line that we have drawn in political factions or in the world, left or right, but it's really not that simple, even though it seems to be. Democrats call Republicans morons. Republicans call Democrats morons. They're both morons. Well, that's not a very Christian thing to say. I'm not saying anything wrong here. I'm telling you the truth. It's not that they lack intelligence. They're not idiots at all. They know exactly what they're doing. A lot of people will call these people stupid and idiots. No, they're just led by the wrong force, the wrong spirit. And I hear now people talk about, we're in the end times. We're in the end times. It's on us. We're about to go into it. My friend, we've been in it. I will say we've been in the final stages of it since the 1960s. Some will say since Jesus died and rose again. So I personally, my belief is the 60s is our last push and everything I know. And I've talked about the 40s, beginning from the 40s with the Bretton Woods system, that whole conference up there in Fitzwilliam, New Hampshire, and where the UN really came together and all those things, the IMF and so on and so forth. I'm not going to bore you with that this evening. I have other things to talk about, two things to talk about, but you can catch those podcasts elsewhere. You can see them on my streams or whatever. It's out there. It's on the channel. But we're in the end times. It's never been like this before. Sure it has. You know, it's funny, we're always on the brink of war, but we are never on the brink of salvation. How much more do you need? People are just ignorant. People want what they want, but they're inundated with sin. They're inundated with deception and evilness. How can they see through it all? And then God-fearing people, they step back and say, it's not my job. Too many people say, it's not my job. That's some pastor. That's some preacher. No, that's the brethren. That's the brothers. That's the sisters. Everyone today, look around you. Everyone today is a Christian until they actually have to be one. We are literally back to my belief of the confusion and the mixture that Constantine the Great was involved with. Constantine the Great, who rose up the Catholic Church in the form that we have it today. No, he didn't. It was Christianity. No, he didn't. He legalized the Catholic Church. He legalized the Roman Catholic Church. But he decriminalized Christianity. What does that mean? Who? He was no Christian. And yet he was buried at the Church of the Holy Apostles. I think he actually built that. He's a Christian, but yet he established the Roman religion. And in that time frame, everyone believed in gods. Yeah, I just said that. Gods, plural. Or even just one of their gods. Well, I only worship this one God. And the sites that he built were on pagan sites, but he still mixed in the paganism with that. I mean, come on, everybody knows that now. But I look at it now, I'm like, what a mixture we see. The government officials of that time, think about this for a second. The government officials during that time frame, and they talk today about separate the church and state, man. Separate church and state. Yeah, that's the way we gotta run things, man. It's never been like this before. The government's always been separate. The government officials in that time frame were also priests. Every one of them? No. But most of them were priests or some sort of clergy in their religious form then. And this supposed from pagan to Catholic, it's the same thing. Called Kagan or Catholic. Interesting to note, if it's Christianity that's now decriminalized, why then that, and you can look in the secular history for historical forms, the Anabaptists, people like that, they opted out. Minority sects like this, like these, the Anabaptists, the Donatists, the Hussites, said no to this new church that mixed paganism and Christianity. I'm not saying that I'm an Anabaptist, a Donatist, or a Hussite. I'm just telling you. The Roman Catholic Church is evil to the core. Oh no. I'm going to offend somebody. I have no desire to offend anybody. I really do not. I just look at what is there. What all of us know now. What some know but refuse to see. I was Pentecostal and I didn't know, but I had to come to a point that I looked at Pentecostalism when I grew up. I'm like, whoa. I can't believe everything I knew was a lie. That's tough to swallow when you're born into a church, when you're not born a Catholic, you're not born a Pentecostal, you're not born a Baptist. I don't understand all that nonsense. That's ridiculous. You make a choice. You may be born, your parents were one, and then you make a choice as an adult. But I had to look at that and go, whoa. And everything I knew was a lie. But people don't want to do that now. So that's Constantine in that time frame. Let's flashback. Let's jump to today. Let's take that giant leap. I think we got to make a jump of what? 1,800 years? No, I'm wrong on that. 1,700 years? Someone can correct me. I'm not even doing my math right. Now look everywhere. Paganism is everywhere. Movies, music, television, cartoons. Mega churches, mid-sized churches. And what do you see now? Coexist or don't exist. Coexist all religions. All religions have to coexist. As I take a sip of my water, very professional. You look at the Pope over there, look at all the religion, the muftas and this and that and the other, all hanging out together. Hey, we're one big happy family. The Catholic Church, the NWO, the New World Order, one world religion. It's all it's ever been a goal to. We talk about the woke people and the leftists and all this and the other. Everyone is a little god now, worshiping each other. And now let's look at our government. Yeah, look at our government. Full of prophesying Christians, prophesying professing Christians, but holding maybe what, 10% at the most of biblical stances, and for their own glory, by the way. Both sides of the aisle, let's not get it confused. But there will be more persecutions. I'm telling you. More persecutions is on its way. Although first we have to have the smoke screen that's going on. Oh, there's a Catholic here and a da-da-da. But ultimately the true Bible believers, that's the ones that are going to be attacked, murdered. Because there'll be a coexistent belief that we have to take them out. It's those Bible-believing crazy zealots who want to kill the world. You fool. And where did you get that? From the government? From your government officials? Your state church? I don't think so. I don't think it's true at all. You know it's not true at all. The Great Revival. Ah, the Great Revival. I just saw a tent up the other day as I was driving up 411. The Great Revival. It's a big revival tent. Now I'm not knocking people for wanting to do that and hoping that they can get somebody to Christ. But maybe they'll get one or two and good for them. But I wish somebody would also tell them there will not be a great revival. There's always been predicted a great falling away. We are at a time frame. Look around. Everything is mixed. Now, I don't drink anymore, but here's the thing. There are alcohol things out there. Now, remember when I was an alcoholic at a younger age, and there was a drink called, excuse my language by using the word suicide, but it was called the Hawaiian Suicide. And it had like 13 or 14 or 15 different liquors in it. Well, that's what we got today in the world. It's a suicide cocktail of everything and everyone. Everybody wants to kill somebody. Everybody wants somebody off the map. Everybody wants to take somebody else's land. Everybody wants to take somebody's rights. Everybody is after everybody under the sun. And everybody's seeking their own desires. And yet nobody wants to turn to the Bible. Oh no, because that only holds truth, peace, love, chastising even, understanding others, empathy, sympathy. This book is a roadmap. It's a GPS. It's an amazing book that you will not find anywhere else. I am amazed. You know why, though? Because people have to be accountable for their actions. They have to give up themselves and their own selfishness and follow somebody else. And people are like, oh, that's just ridiculous. I would never follow, a man or a prophet. And that's what kind of dictating tyranny is that? You follow your own selfish desires now. You follow your Marvel heroes. You put them on your cars and you put your little SpongeBobs and your little Pokemons and stuff like that. And you got the furries out there, and everything's a religion as it is to you right now. But see, this book, this Bible, this beautiful Bible, will hold you accountable, will make you responsible, might make you mature, might make you a man and a woman. But you don't want that. You want whatever fits what you want. Oh, I wish you well in those endeavors in eternal damnation. Steve, why are you so negative? Not being negative. It's reality. People say the Bible is negative. Oh, it does. It has a lot of negativity in it. Negative things that happen to people. But the beauty is the positive outcome. People will say, I don't know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. Well, you can't really know. Excuse me. You really can't know, but I do. I have the assurance. I have faith. You have faith in something you can't see? Well, I'm a happy camper in my life. I don't follow my own selfish desires. I refuse to live the way people live today as they did in Constantine's time. And by the way, step out of line, just like the government then. Step out of line after you've given you jumped all in about persecuting Christians. But step out of line and they'll kill you. Constantine era is coming back. I'm just saying, Roman Crusades, now everybody will be crusading against people. You see, it's easy to say you're a Christian. Now be one. Because everyone is a Christian until they actually have to be one. Thanks for tuning in this evening. I appreciate your time as always. God bless and have a good week.